Okay, everybody, here we go. I'm going to start off by drawing the A, B, and C and the range type traps. So here we go. So let's say overall downtrend, we're pulling back, respecting support and resistance, pulling back. And then the A would be a bounce from support resistance, can't make a higher high. And then we take out the last guy who started. And then we're going to come back to this area because this is the last guy who attempted and could not go higher. And this should be the area where it reacts for a sell. And I'll label that my A. And then B type should be overall downtrend, pulling back, buyer stepping in, making higher highs, comes back to support resistance, nothing, and then a break. Maybe I did that too many tries, but this guy attempted, and this guy attempted. So we should logically, and we took out the guy who started, so we should logically come back to this point to take it down. And that would be a B class, I believe. I'm doing all this off memory. So let's continue. And then my C would be overall downtrend, pulling back, making a higher high, but then crashes down and does not stop anywhere. And logically, we believe that some people tried at this point to take it up, but they could not, so we've taken out the guy who started. We should come back to this area to take it down. And that should be my C. And then a range is fairly simple. At least 24 hours of a range hold, and then it breaks where all these guys were buying, selling, and then a logical spot to take it would be here. And that's your range style. Alright, here we are. I'm going to try to find all of them, A, B, and C, and I believe that this, if this was a downtrend and this was a pullback, let's say, the guy who started made a higher high, pulled back, couldn't really make a higher high, and then this guy came up to here, couldn't really make a higher high, and so this would be the guy who started the push up, but he just broke through and didn't stop. Took out the last guy who started. So you would think that at this last S and R, some people attempted, and you can almost see some people attempted right here. So a logical area for us to look for to come back would be here for an attempt, and that would be a C type. Okay, on this one, we're going to do the range type. So here we can see that there's a range forming in this area, and sellers, and sellers. And these are the buy attempts, buy, and a buy. And these guys bought, but it turned around and took them out. So the spot where it could react from would be where these last buyers attempted, which it did. And that is our trap for the range. Alright, on this one, I'm thinking this is an A type, as in we had the last guy who started here, and yes, this isn't in a necessarily pullback mode from a downtrend. I'm just trying to identify these traps. So if this guy were to break above, pull back, and try to push off support resistance, but get taken out, and yes, we haven't taken out the guy who started, but we are challenging him, would this be a logical area for a trap? Question I had, would this be an A setup? Not quite sure. So if anybody has any advice on that, that'd be awesome. Alright, let's try this one out. This is Aussie dollar on the 4 hour, or Aussie CAD. So looking at it from this point where this guy pushed up, came to here, held, and then he pushed up and broke higher. So this is my last guy who started right here. He pulled back. This buyer attempted once, attempted twice, and potentially attempted 3 times, and then got taken out right here. So we're looking for price to come back to this area, and it does eventually come back and reacts. So this possibly would be a B type. It's easy to draw it, but it's harder to spot it live, so I believe. But that's definitely a trap, and it definitely reacts from it, because there's definitely buyers attempting there. Just what class? I think possibly a B. Okay, so I think we'll call that good. And like I said, if anybody has any feedback, let me know, and I will do the same. And here we go. All right. See y'all tomorrow.